again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn, and here's your invitation to stay with us for the next 20-25 minutes as we talk high school football all over the Stark County area. And if you have a football fan in your household, he woke up smiling today because for the next 3.5 months, he's either going to attend a football game, listen to a football game, watch a football game, or talk about a football game after the Friday night game he goes to. That's right, it's football season. It's finally here, and we are ready for week number 1 right here on Big Time Sports. And to kick off our coverage of high school football, we have 3 big telecasts coming up this week, beginning tonight. If you're watching the Big Time Sports on a Thursday night, make sure you tune in tonight. I'll be over at Central Catholic High School for the big game between the Perry Panthers and the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic. Tomorrow night, I'll be over in Green for the game between Indian Valley and the Green Bulldogs. A lot of people looking forward to that one. Also on Friday night, Charlie Jones and his staff will be down at New Philadelphia as Louisville takes on the Quakers of New Philly. So a lot of football for you right here on Big Time Sports. In addition to those 3 games, there's some outstanding matchups all over the area this weekend. How about Glenville at Massillon? Could be one of the better games in the state of Ohio. Buchtel will be over at Hoover. Remember in week 1 last year, Buchtel shocked Hoover. I think it was 22-13. Lake will be now at South Range, another game people are looking forward to seeing what happens. McKinley will be over at Warren Harding. Norton will be at Northwest. Should be a good game there. The traditional Thursday night down at Fairless, Sandy Valley comes down to take on Fairless, and Chardon, the Hilltoppers, will be at Jackson. This week's featured team, how about Canton Central Catholic? They're here along with head coach Jeff Lindesmith. So we're going to take a break, come back and talk Canton Central Catholic football right after this.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, 1, ensure our customer the right way, but then 2, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Rabbit Landscaping is Northeast Ohio's premier residential and commercial landscaping establishment in Jackson Township. They provide an ample amount of services including landscape design, hardscapes, deck and fence installations, outdoor lighting, lawn maintenance, leaf removal, and snow removal. Rabbit Landscaping aims to provide a quality, trustworthy landscaping service to your area. Call for a free...
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. As we said, our featured team this week, one of the favorite teams we have each year on Big Time Sports. How about the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic? Head coach Jeff Lindesmith is here. And Coach, I was doing a little research for the show today, and I came upon an article back in 2014 naming you the new head football coach at Canton Central Catholic. I want to ask you a question. I usually ask a lot of the players, especially the seniors, how quick has these 12 years gone for you? It just seems like you were named coach a few days ago.
I don't know about that, but it goes very, very quick.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the season goes fast. The off season seems to go faster and faster. But yeah, it's a whirlwind. I was thinking that on my way up here. I go, well, we did this in 14 and it's 12 years already. But a lot of great memories, a lot of good times of teaching kids and coaching. It's been a blast, that's for sure.
Exactly. I was going to save this question till last, but since we were on the topic, since 2014, you have coached a lot of kids. You were an assistant coach before that. Have kids changed? Have you seen a difference in the kids, or the same, the guys that come in and want to play tough football for you?
Well, we want to make them that way. We want to get them to play tough, but have kids changed? I don't think so. I think kids still want to be disciplined.
Okay.
I think about the biggest change I've seen, you would say maybe generational. The kids usually want to know why we're doing certain things these days.
Want an explanation.
A little bit, and I've taught myself to try to slow down a little bit and explain why we're doing things. And they still want discipline. They still want to work hard.
Sure.
They understand what hard work's about. But usually you have to explain a little bit. And I was telling somebody the other day, in the 80s and 90s, you told them to do this, and if they didn't, that was it. And now they'll do it, but you usually have to explain a little bit.
In the past, they'd run through a brick wall. Now they want to know why to run through that brick wall.
That's right. Then they'll go through that wall for you.
Exactly.
But they got to understand why.
Exactly. Let's touch base a little bit on last year. I think you were 5-5 last year, had some nice wins. I think you beat Alliance and Mogador, 2 nice wins. You got into week 11. So looking back, what you take out of last season they can kind of key on for this year?
Well, last year we had 20 seniors. This year we're a little bit opposite because we only have 6 seniors.
Okay.
And we knew this was going to be a cycle where we're going to really lean hard on those seniors. And we have about 3 or 4 that have played some football in the past, a couple that haven't, but have been very, very good in the off season. We know we're going to be young, and some of those kids got some experience playing a little bit where you didn't want them to play, but they had to. And we have a couple leaders that you'll get a chance to talk to that have really changed the attitudes of a lot of and how they work in practice. It's been a joy, and how they listen. Sometimes when you get young, you're a little bit afraid of how they're going to respond to things, and this group has been very, very good. You know, we lost some good players, but we have some kids that are coming back that are hungry, that really has worked hard. But I think since this might be the youngest team the Crusaders have had since 2011.
Is that right?
Which is not an excuse, and we won't take that as an excuse. We just got to grow up quick.
Sure. What have you learned from the couple scrimmages, at least on paper now, as you get ready for this Perry game? What's the strength of your football team? Or is that still to be determined, I guess?
No, I think going in, I thought our linebacking crew was going to be pretty good. Defensively, they returned some people. Tyler Cook was a safety that played a lot of plays last year. Brock Berkman was a freshman last year, played in our secondary, that will take over in our quarterback spot, and got to play a few reps that way. But we thought our linebacking core was going to be pretty good. We placed an offensive line that I thought we had some people behind them that that really worked and gained some strength, and very, very intelligent football players.
Sure.
And sometimes that's just as important. They understand the fundamentals, what we're teaching them. They really work hard in practice to make sure those fundamentals are right. We had a big film session on, I think it was Saturday, and they asked more questions, I think, than we got maybe in 5 weeks last year, which was really fun. And I like that because they're thinking the game, they're doing things that way. So those, I think, will be strengths for us as the season goes on.
Talking about a young football team, what's it take for a young kid to come in any high school football program as a freshman, as a sophomore, speed-wise, strength-wise, intelligence? What does it take before you feel confident to put him on the field?
Well, they got to be committed to all that hard work, first of all. A lot of young kids out in that sun and the heat in the summer, they kind of separate themselves from people who are just out there to do something or getting out there to accomplish things. And that would be the first part. Obviously, those young kids have to be committed in the off season in the weight room. They know the type of schedule we play, the strength it's going to take to play 10 weeks to be committed that way. So they got to spend a lot of time that way. Yeah,
talking about the schedule, I checked it. Of course, you open up, if you're watching this show on Thursday, you'll watch that Perry Central Catholic game later tonight. Tough opener, new coach at Perry. Then you go to Mogador, and you're home to Orville. So those first 3 games are tough.
No, they're always tough.
The whole schedule's tough.
The whole schedule's always fun, and that's why we have a great tradition of scheduling that way. You have great success, and sometimes it's hard to find maybe teams that are your size or aren't like provincial powerhouses, which a lot of those teams are. Great traditions like Orville, Mogador, Louisville, teams like that always are good challenge, well-coached teams, which make every week fun. Yeah.
Talking overall, the OHSA made some changes. The big change is going from 16 teams down to 12 in the playoffs. How will that affect you, or won't it affect you at all?
I don't think it'll affect us much. We've been in the top 12 for a while, but you never know. You know, some years that we could go 4-6 and maybe be 14 or 15. But it's a really good 4-16.
That's right.
And you get into the playoffs, and if you're getting the playoffs, you're healthy and you're rolling. That's pretty good. You know, always health and our depth is always questionable on a school our size and the people we have to play. So sometimes you never know. But I voted for the 12. We did that years ago. I think that's a good rundown.
I do too.
I think you might eliminate some of those 1-16s, pretty much 2-15s. You know, so it's not very fun. And I understand people think that, you know, you get in the playoffs and it's fun. And Coach Kleinfelder always taught them, if you get in, you better be good enough to win, because you're just extending your life a few more weeks. So I think 12 will be good. I think 12 will be good from Division I down.
Sure.
Sometimes I thought that was unfair to some schools.
Yeah. I'm somewhat familiar, of course, with the Central Catholic community, the support you get, some of the things you do during the year, the stake and all that things you do. The support for Central, to me, with the alumni base, former players, community, that's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it is truly fun, and it's a family atmosphere we preach, a faith-based education, and if you get part of that, or any part of your family's part of it, they feel that, and it's a great thing to have. We always talk about being Crusaders for life. People come back, past players come back. This Saturday, a guy by the name of Jim Place came, and I don't know if Jim Place is a Hall of Fame coach from Dayton Chaminade,
sure,
Middletown.
Jerry Faust School.
Jerry Faust School. He started, I believe, coached at Mount St. Joe's. Had his 60-year reunion.
Wow.
And I have met him at a couple All-Star games, and he emailed me and said, "Can I come and talk to your kids?" And I said, "Anytime, Coach, you come up." And was really amazing how he talked about how 60 years later his teammates, his friends are still family and part of it.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
What about, talk a little bit about your coaching staff. You have a great coaching staff. Those guys have been with you for a while, I think.
Yeah, we have. And our DC, Darren Grisey, is a graduate of our school in 1990. He was played in our 88 state championship and is coached in 2 other state championships teams. So there's not too many guys on your staff where you have a player as a state champion and a coach in the state champion.
That's right.
It's kind of neat. Bo Lindesmith is a great educator. My son that's been with us now, he was first got hired at Fairless and back in 14 and 15. He's been back at our school since 16. Been a long time guy. He's been somebody that's obviously he's a coach's son. He
knows
was
the
just
game.
a little fella that would sit with Coach Kleinfelder and I all night and act like he was listening. So he absorbed some of that. Does a great job for us. Corey Nist is another teacher at our school that has been with us for 4 years. Fabulous guy. Mark Goodnight is a past player. A lot of past players with us that want to just contribute. This year we picked up a young guy by the name of Owen Murphy.
That sounds familiar.
All-Ohio linebacker about 5 years ago for us, graduated from Miami, came back in town. Mike Kring has been my longtime freshman coach. And also my DB's coach was one of my first hires in 14 in Lane Nora, another state champion from Versailles. He's the only guy that's he's a little bit of a cross-state guy, but they do a great job for me. The kids, you know, they love learning from him. And I think that's important by any staff. Yeah,
talking about Miami, you got big Jonathan Stengel down there. He's a Red Hawk, and I'll probably see him sometime this year. But what do you hear from the big guy?
Hey, the big guy hurt his shoulder down there in the summer, so we'll see how it's coming along. He did have a labrum attached back on it. They thought everything went well. I think they were going to probably redshirt him anyway, so maybe they got a medical out of him. But I'm anxious to see him about Christmas time because he was an awful big boy then, and he'll be even bigger when he gets back.
Exactly. It was fun watching him play football and basketball over at Central. You walked in with a couple of players. Coach, who'd you bring on the TV show this year?
Yep, our 2 captains, which were selected by our coaching staff and our players. Unanimous decisions. And Brock Abbott, a linebacker for the last couple of years for us, great vocal leader. And Vince Chiaretti, that will play all over offensively, from running back to a slot to a wide receiver, but also an outside backer. For us. 2 of our leaders, 2 of our really our experience back on defense, guys that study the game, both 4.5 GPAs, of course, take academics. I always say this, if you're going to pick a captain, they have to represent what our school's about, and our team did a great job at it because they're all about what we're about.
That's
education, family, faith, football, and school, so it's great.
Go. Looking forward to meeting them. Coach, stay put. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet these 2 young men that can't wait to play football this year for Central Catholic right after this.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Furbay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Furbay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. We continue our conversation with Canton Central Catholic because they open up the season against the next door neighbor, the Perry Panthers. It's the Battle of 13th Street, a big tradition in Stark County. And Coach, I know you're looking forward to that game.
Yeah, we sure are. Always fun. Both communities always get along very well. We have a tradition when we play over there that our student body just walks out of the parking lot and walks down into the streets.
I didn't know
nobody
that.
drives down there. It's a pretty neat tradition they have. They're at our place, which is nice this Thursday. Always really good football game.
Yeah.
Always well coached. I know Spencer Lino is taking over for the Panthers, is a young man that I've known for years and watched his work over at Massillon. And he'll do a great job. He's instilled some of the things that he believes and a little bit different than maybe some of the past Perry teams we saw, which is fine, but always fun to play them.
I know Aquinas is the big rival, but with Perry next door, that's got to be a really good rivalry. And as you mentioned, a clean rival. Everybody respects each other.
Yeah, always hard fought. Always well-disciplined teams. Not a lot of pushing, shoving, talking. They just go out and play football the way it's meant to be. And it's fun. It is. Yeah,
looking forward to doing that game over at Central. You got a young man sitting next to you. I know you're proud of. He's one of your leaders. Why don't you introduce him and what he means to the team this year?
Sure. Well, this is Vincent Scheretti. Vincent played safety for us last year, a little bit of slot receiver, a little bit of running back. This year he's down to really an outside backer mode for us. Young man that's very good in the school. I think he's around 4.5 GPA.
Not bad.
That's not bad, yeah. That's like me and you combined.
I'll tell you what, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a young man that his father played for the Crusaders many years ago, understands what it's about, the traditions we've had, and he has a younger brother. It's a sophomore named Patrick. That's another kid that'll be on the field probably Thursday night for us. So he represents our school in a great way. He is a hard-nosed, hard player. You'll see him every place. 100%, and it's full effort, and that's what we always admire about him.
There you go. Well, Vince, welcome to the program. I know you're looking for, this is it.
Yes.
I asked the coach a little while ago how fast these 12 years have gone as head coach. Same question to you. How fast is it going for you as a Central Catholic football player?
Yeah, it's really flown by. It's crazy. It goes just like that.
Yeah, I hope you have a lot of highlights this year. But looking back at your first 3 years on the team, what are some of the things you'll always remember? Some of the key moments you think about right now?
Yeah, so last year when we beat Mogador at their place, that was a big one because that was the first time we beat them at their place. So that one really made something, and it's always good beating Aquinas. I mean, they're our rivals. So.
Exactly. Coach said you're down to 6 seniors.
Yep.
6 you guys have made it all the way through. There's 6 of you left. What's it feel like now to be a team leader? And as you look back, who are some of the guys you looked up to when you were a young sophomore?
Yeah, players come to mind like Dan Boron, he was a great leader. Andrew Neal and Jack Hopkins. Yeah. Those guys really showed me what it's all about and how to lead others.
Yeah. Talk about your preparation. You got Perry. People are watching this game tonight. Mentally, how do you prepare for a game like a Perry? You've played these guys the last 3 years. How do you prepare for it?
So, especially for a team like Perry, they're a very physical team. So you really have to know every single position and spot that you have to be in. So lots of film study, and that's really the main part of knowing your assignment and going 100%.
Sure. Now the coach mentioned you're a hitter, and my question is, how do you turn that switch on? You're a mild-mannered student athlete during the day. All of a sudden you put the cape on, you're Superman on a Friday night. How do you turn that switch on?
Yeah, when I walk on the field, it's just something clicks and I just get going.
Is that your favorite part of the game? The hitting part of it?
Yep.
Tell us where that comes from. Is that something you had to learn, or was inside of it when you got to Central?
Yeah, something inside me always been there where I just, all my anger and everything I got inside me just comes out, and
You're telling me all the frustration you feel from Monday through Thursday, you take it out on the football field on Friday. That's a good way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
How does that feel then when you get out there and you're running free and you're making hits and crowd's into it? And I'm not sure you hear the crowd, but how much can you feed off that?
Oh, it feels great. It's like a weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about time management, too. I always ask the players, especially the guys that come over each year with Coach Linda Smith, the time management with class, practice, schoolwork, getting some food, hydrating. How do you fit all that in during the week?
Yeah, so usually we end practice around 6:30ish every night. So after that, I usually go home, get some food in me, start my homework, and then watch some film afterwards.
What time do you usually get to bed every night during the week?
It's usually around 10:30 to 11.
10:30 or 11.
Yeah.
It's not like the summertime when you can stay up late and enjoy the late movies. Huh?
Exactly.
Final question: what's your future after Central? What would you like to do?
So I'm undecided right now for college, but I want to go into finance.
Finance.
Yep.
I can probably use that in a few years. I'll be looking you up to get some nice recommendations.
Alrighty.
Best of luck to you. Look forward to
Thank you.
watching you play this year. Thanks for coming over tonight.
Thank you.
Coach, stay put because we've got one more player left. Don't go away. We're still talking Canton Central football right after this.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
Okay, welcome to the Big Time Sports week number 1 of the high school football season. We've got a triple header for you this week. Tonight, if you're watching the show on a Thursday night, we'll have the Perry Central Catholic game. Tomorrow, I'll be over at Green, Indian Valley Green. Charlie's down in New Philly for Louisville, New Philly. What a way to kick off the season with 3 games right here on Big Time Sports. We're still chatting with Jeff Linda Smith in his 12th year now as head coach at Central Catholic. And Coach, we talked about how fast it goes. How much fun are you still having? I can tell you still love the game. You still love to coach the kids. So I expect to see you for another 12 or 15 more years.
Yeah, don't bet on that. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do. I enjoy every day. That's important. Yeah. This will be my 40th year of coaching Crusaders
right?
football.
40.
So it's something I enjoy doing. It's something my wife, Carla, allows me to do. So you got to have a saint at home to allow this because I'm gone all the time.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. The minute I have to start looking at my watch is probably the minute I probably should be done. And I never look at it, and time just flies.
You love it. When you wake up, you love what you're doing. That's a great way to go through life. One final question before we talk to your player. I don't think fans realize how much time football coaches put in on Friday nights. You don't sleep in on Saturday. You're right back at it on Saturday morning looking at tape and getting ready.
Yeah, just the weekends are brutal. Yeah, they're tough. But you play on Friday night, and by the time you get home, it's 11:30, and you still have the adrenaline pumping. And I usually try to get some pizza and things for the coaching staff and see if everybody can unwind. But you're probably right. If I get to bed by 1 o'clock, I'm back up by around 5, and back into school and helping with doing some laundry and getting the kids ready for the JV game. And we'll meet usually after a JV game till around 4 in the afternoon on Saturday. And then we'll break up as a staff and try to meet again Sunday night to make sure the plans are all ready. So your weekends are pretty well planned for, and but you don't look at it as time.
Exactly.
You know, I just always looked at it as an opportunity to help these guys have great memories, and that's what we try to do.
As Jim Dennison told me, Joe, it's a way of life, and that's what it is. But introduce this young guy because he can't wait to talk some football.
That's exactly right. I brought Brock Abbott with me, another selected team captain. Brock is a starting linebacker for us last year. Plays running back. He'll play running back again this year, rotate a little bit offensively. We want to make sure we keep him healthy, which is important. And you know, every defense or every team has a vocal leader that knows exactly what to do and what everybody should be doing, and they're not afraid to make sure those guys get in that position, and Brock's that guy.
Well, Brock, welcome to the program. I'm assuming you have to learn the entire game, just not your position. If you're telling people where to be, you've got to look at the entire picture out there. How difficult is that, and how easy does it come to you to kind of be a leader out there?
I mean, it's pretty difficult to know everyone's position. I mean, it takes probably an extra couple hours every night, but it comes easy. I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years now, so I got the hang of it.
Without giving away too many secrets, you're on defense, you're playing linebacker, they break the huddle, they come to the line of scrimmage. What are you looking at? What are your keys?
Formation, how many guys they have in the backfield, how many guys are on the ball, where they're set, left or right.
After you see those formations through the first quarter, does the game slow down a little bit? You can expect, unless there's a few surprises, you're going to trick play on, you're going to pretty much see the same stuff. And how easy is it? Not easy, but how quick do you respond to stuff after seeing it for a while?
It definitely comes faster. It definitely, slows down to you, and you can recognize it a little faster.
Yeah. Tell us how you got ready for your senior year. This is it for you, right? Unless you go on and play somewhere next year at the next level, this is it. Tell us how you're prepared physically to get bigger and stronger and faster.
Lifting probably 6 or 7 days on the off season. Make sure you get in the field so you can still work on your techniques and your speed. For people that are watching out there, tell us what it was like coming in as like a 14, 15-year-old freshman, working in the weights. What weight are you working at now, and how much stronger have you gotten since the 14-year-old? Definitely a lot stronger. I love it. I think lifting's probably my favorite part. Hate to say it, but love it.
Preparing mentally is just as important as it is physically. So, same question. What do you do when you wake up on Friday morning knowing there's a game that night? You got to go through your classroom work. You try and concentrate on that, but once you kick in, you got a game tonight.
As soon as I put my pads on.
Okay.
Yep.
You're able to separate it that much from school to when you hit the field on Friday night. How tough is it to get on that bus and head on the road? It's easy when you're playing at home because you got the home crowd, the band's playing, fans are there. How tough is it that you get on the bus and you head south maybe to play in Orville, or you're going to Mogador the second week? How tough is it, and how much you have to be a leader on the road as opposed to playing at home?
I kind of like playing on the road better. Being on a long bus ride, I have more time to study film and look at my play sheets so I can prepare better.
Gotcha. What about your future? What are we going to see you doing next year after you finish your work at Central?
I'm undecided with where I want to go yet, but hopefully I can still play football at college.
So you're looking at a few places. Any idea what you'll major in, or?
Most likely sports medicine.
Sports medicine. Okay, so we got a potential doctor and a guy that's going to help us in our finances in the future. So I know you're proud of these two guys, and I can tell you got a couple good leaders you brought tonight.
Yeah, they sure are, and we're proud of them, and we'll keep them both healthy throughout the course of the year, and they'll do some great things. Yeah. Looking forward to your season, Coach. Best of luck against Perry, and then you'll head over to Mogador in week number 2. Always a pleasure having Central on the show. And, Coach, best of luck this year. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everything you do for the Crusaders. Thank you. There you go. Have a good year, and we're going to be back next week as Matt Dennison will be here talking about Canton South. So we'll see you back here next week with more Big Time Sports. Have a great week, everybody.